Play Festival. And this is my acting class. They've worked really hard on this. Keep in mind that this is a work in progress. It is not a finished product. It is a work in progress, and it is serves two purposes. It really helped me to work with them a lot. It gave us some original material that we had flexibility to work with. And it also was a great opportunity for the three of us to hear our plays that we wrote read out loud, or not read, but performed out loud on a certain level. So they are at about, performances from rehearsal to performances of 1 to 10, they're at about a 7 or an 8 right now. So some of them might have scripts in their hands, but like I said, it's a work in progress. Part of what we do in acting is we work with scripts in our hands. We have to, during rehearsals, usually you have a rehearsal process that's like 4 weeks long. Usually 2 to 2.5 weeks of that is spent with scripts in your hand. So part of what learning to be an actor is learning to work with a script in your hand. Now some of them are off book, a few are still have their scripts in their hands. So that's part of the process. So this is also a work in progress for my acting class to get experience performing in front of 3 personalities. We're super happy that you're here, though. You're really filling up the space well. So, so that's what's going on with this production today that we're doing. So without further ado, we're presenting Goodbye Elvis by Dr. Mason, Second Chance by Barbara Tucker, and then Rapture by me. There's a little brief description over there. I didn't want to give too much away, though, because I want it to be a surprise when they're up here. So each one has its own little unique twist. They're very, I loved working with these plays because they're very unique and interesting in the perspective that they take and the non-literal meaning behind each one that really has to be uncovered. The meaning of family, it just explores death, it explores the idea of Elvis is still here on some level. Whether he's undead or dead, it explores the idea of God and how he might see this creation that's changed so much. It explores ideas of family, the idea of, I think each one looks at death a little bit though and takes a different perspective of death and how death in a sense is a metaphor for our lives. It's a metaphor for our time here, how limited it is, the fact that in a sense we're all ghosts wandering around this planet already, even though we're still alive. We're born to go somewhere else. So I loved approaching each one of these from that perspective and looking at them at a non-literal way of exploring the metaphorical idea of death and family. Comedy, exploring the comedy of the satire that Elvis, Goodbye Elvis play takes. So without further ado, here are our one acts. Thank you.
Yes, I'm lonely tonight. How many times do I have to say it? Yes, I'm lonely. Why won't you answer me?
Miss Josie, what in the world is the matter? Who are you talking to?
Elvis. I know he's out there. He comes every year on the anniversary of his death, only I know he's not dead, and I'm waiting for him.
Miss Josie, we've been over this before. We all know you have a crush on Elvis, but it's time to face the fact that he's gone.
That's not so. I was at Graceland the day that they said he died. I waited until night, but then I saw he and Colonel Parker slipped away.
That's just what you wanted to believe. Look, I know it's hard to lose someone that you love, but you gotta let go.
He's not gone. He's mixed with impersonators, and sometimes it's really Elvis. I've seen him several times in the past 35 years or so, and he talks to me through the wires.
Yes, ma'am, but you need to get some rest. Now, promise me you won't open the window anymore. The other residents are trying to sleep.
Have it your way, but I think I'll sit up a while and wait for Elvis.
Josie, is that you? Are you the one who's been writing all the letters to Graceland? We've been looking for you.
Colonel Parker, is that you? Is he here? Has Elvis finally come to get me?
Parker's the name that entertains the game. Now, Miss Josie, we have a lot to talk about, but you don't need to make a scene.
How'd you get my letters? Did Elvis read them? Did he? Oh, I hope so.
They ended up in the dead letter office. No pun intended.
Then why did it take so long to answer?
Miss Josie, you're the only one who knows the truth about Elvis. But you need to know the truth about yourself.
The truth? What truth? Ever since I saw Elvis in concert, I knew he was the one for me. And I know he felt the same.
Why do you say that? Millions of people, millions of women fell in love with Elvis.
He saw me out in the crowd. When we made eye contact, I just went limp all over. It was like a bolt of electricity went through my soul.
That was part of the show. He wasn't in love with you.
How could you say that? He threw me a scarf. I had it in my hand when they took me to the hospital. I've kept it all these years. It's a sign of his commitment.
He threw scarves to lots of women. It was all part of the show. That night he followed you to the hospital, he was worried about you. But as a person. Now, Miss Josie, please, you need to stop worrying about having to carry the torch on for the king. You need to spend your final days in peace and stop wishing for something you can't have.
I don't believe you. Elvis and I are going away together. Hawaii, maybe. Or Maryland. I don't care as long as we're together.
Now, need to get out of here before the nurses make their rounds. Please think about what I said. Oh, and stop writing letters. We don't need them. That night you were in the hospital, there was a bloodthirsty nurse after you. And Elvis stopped her. Well, not before she took a chunk out of me and out of Elvis. Let it go, Josie.
Elvis? Where are you, Elvis? What's the use? I've dreamt about Elvis and thought about Elvis every day that I can remember. Maybe Colonel Parker is right. Maybe it's just a silly fantasy of a lonely old woman.
I wrote all your letters. I saw you at every one of my concerts, and you're the only woman alive that knows I'm a vampire.
I love you, Elvis. I don't care who you are. Take me so we can be together forever.
Roaming around all night. But that's no way for a woman like you to spend her time.
Elvis, I know you won't ever change, but I will. I've done everything I could to stay young and pretty. All the money I've spent on Botox, liposuction, facelifts, you name it, I did it. Just so we can be together.
That's not important. You need to focus on the beauty inside of yourself.
My time is running out, Elvis. I've lost my looks and I'm losing my health. This is my last chance. Please take me, Elvis.
No, ma'am. I can't do it. Miss Josie, I'm an honorable man and I cannot do that to a woman like you. You need to spend your last days in peace.
Is this all there is then? Are you just a fantasy? How can you be a vampire and not want blood? I can't go on without you.
You're my biggest fan, and we love from the heart. Love is never wasted.
How is she?
Afraid she's gone.
Well, at least she got to see you. You were so shocked whenever I pricked you on your little neck. Well, what's done is done, Elvis. They'll be looking for you to pass over Graceland soon, so you need to have a feeding. I'll make sure the blood bank early tonight.
Much obliged, Miss Myra. Better finish this before the crowd settles in Graceland.
I know what it is. I know what I did wrong.
There you go.
There, that's what you do. That's what you do different. Okay. That's what I did wrong.
place did a good job. It looks really clean. Yeah, I could have turned that heat up a little bit.
Maybe when Dad gets here, he'll want to get some wood and build a fire.
That might be too hard on Dad's back.
Oh, Dad likes to be outdoors.
He used to. Ever since Mom died, it's just not the same. I'm so glad we're here, though. I love this cabin. So many memories.
Sure, not all great ones though.
How can you be such a downer, Tony?
Not a downer, a realist. Let me remind you, last year Mom had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and we all knew the outlook was bad. Though the year before, Todd shows up high on cocaine and drinks that woman. 5 years before that, I was getting over my divorce. Let's face it, Miriam, we had some good memories when we were kids, but we're adults now. We're here for Dad, and that's all.
You're right. He needs us now. Where's Dad? I'm worried about it.
Why didn't you bring him?
Me? Kevin is picking him up. Dad's too far out of my way.
Well, good. Kevin needs to take some responsibility, especially since Todd is the way he is.
Here I am. The old man made it.
Hey, Daddy.
So
Good to
this-
see you, Daddy.
Somewhat younger man.
Hello, Marie Antoinette.
I can't believe you're still calling me that. Antonio's bad enough.
It's the last time I promise. Well, at least for this weekend.
Good to see you, Kev.
Changed your hair. Trying to hide the gray?
No, wise guy. Thanks for noticing. Hey, Kevin. So you left the bird at home?
Yeah, and she's not happy about it.
What'd you do? Post it on Facebook?
Yeah, very funny. She always complains when I leave her at the kennel.
What took you guys so long?
That'll be the last time, I promise. I took my time in getting here, enjoying the snowfall. I mean, I love coming here, especially when it snows.
It is pretty, but the snow.
Can't we enjoy it without a negative comment?
Not negative, just realistic.
Realism is overrated. Anyways, we got it before the snow got bad. Should be nice to look at in the morning. Sister, what do we eat?
Oh, I've packed plenty of food. I'll go out to the car and get it.
Sit down, Daddy.
Oh, I've been sitting down for over an hour. I'll walk around.
How are you?
I could say fine, but I'm lost without your mother. It isn't any better without Todd.
Daddy, I don't think Todd will be here. He's cut off communication with Miriam and me.
I was afraid of that. He doesn't call or write me anymore. Kevin got a text from Todd about coming to this weekend.
How good does it make it? He didn't even come to Mom's funeral. Who doesn't?
He's in a dark place.
Of his own making. I don't know how he lives anyway. He blew through the trust fund from Grandpa
Not
Watson.
now, Tony. I've heard you on this topic before. If you can't be constructive with it, don't go there.
All right.
I guess I plan to feed us for a week, not a couple of days.
Did you bring wine?
Yes, for midnight when the New Year's comes in.
Well, I want some now. Dad?
Oh, no thank you. I wouldn't mind some coffee.
Kevin? You don't turn down alcohol?
Not right now. I'll wait.
Well, I won't drink alone.
I'll go make some coffee and sandwiches.
I'll join you.
So, Tony, you didn't bring the kids.
They're with their father. He's at least good for something.
That's a cheerful outlook.
You and Miriam are always harassing me about my attitude. I deal with things.
And we don't. I brought Dad up here.
And how was that?
He talked about Mom a lot, of course. Todd, his heart's broken over Todd. He's so sad.
Poor Dad. I wish I could give him a pill to get over Todd. I haven't heard from him forever, it seems. Neither has Miriam.
I hear from him some. He texted me and asked about this weekend, when we'd be here, the time we were coming. I think he wanted an invitation.
I'm not gonna lie. No, please come. We're dying to see you. I hope you got the message.
Hello, everyone.
Todd, what are you doing here?
Don't we always see in the new year here at the cabin?
Well, yes, but...
Wait a minute. I thought I texted.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure you'd make it.
Todd,
Hi, Dad.
son, it's been so long.
I know, Dad.
Todd, you're here! Oh, I missed you so much. Take off your coat.
Todd, it's been. Well, where are you living now?
I've been in Atlanta.
Doing what?
Living.
Yeah, but with whom? What are you doing for a living?
Odds and ends, short-term jobs, janitorial.
Well, that's good, son. Honest work.
How was your health?
All right.
As in...
No drugs. At least not for a couple months.
It's great, Todd. I'm really happy for you.
Me too. I'm glad to hear it. So what are your plans?
Spend the next 2 days with you guys.
Yeah, Then what?
Well, I don't have any, at least not long term. Do I have to have plans? Why can't I just be?
Being what? Back off, Tony.
Be myself. Be healthy. Be a janitor if that's what I am.
Right. Sure, but long term?
Look, I'm pretty tired. Do you mind if I take a nap? I worked third shift last night.
Sure, son. You know your room, the one you always use. I'll walk you there and talk with you for a bit.
Yes, thank you. Then I'll have some sleep.
I didn't expect. Just say it, Miriam. He looks like crap. Tony. Sorry, you two. I'm glad he's here. I'm glad he's alive. How did he even get here? I mean, does he own a car? Borrow a friend? Steal one?
Borrowed, he's not dumb enough to steal one.
How can you be so heartless, Tony?
Don't guilt me, Mimi. He broke Mom's heart by not being here when she was in hospice. And he broke Dad's by not coming to the funeral. That's unforgivable. And to say nothing of his lifelong stream of bad investments, which meant casinos, hookers, and cocaine. My kids could use that money.
Didn't you see him? He looks like he's dying. At least sick. He's so thin.
Looks so rough. I mean, but who even knows if he's telling the truth?
I think we should try and get him back on his feet. Come on, Kevin, back me up here.
Are you serious? He made his bed, Miriam. He can line it.
Tony, he's my brother. I love him. But it's hard to overlook in a moment's notice all the things that have gone on over the years. There is such a thing as accountability.
And I don't think I'm going to do anything for him in that case.
I'm just afraid he'll try to scam Dad somehow. I won't stand for that.
He's my brother, but he's an adult too. I have to admit, I don't want him around my little girl.
He's the farthest thing from a role model. He might have some horrible disease anyway.
I'm not to that point yet. I loaned him $10,000 once. I never saw a dime back. I'm not for throwing anything good at bad anymore.
You're right. We can't help him.
Todd is back! I can't believe it!
Dad, we've been talking. We don't think we should help Todd, not after everything.
I agree.
Maybe after a year or two of sobriety.
My boy is back. I have my son back.
But Dad,
He looks good, don't you think? He just needs some new clothes and to gain some weight. Oh, let's have steaks tonight, Miriam. I want him to leave Atlanta and move in with me.
Dad, listen. Todd may be here to get money. He may want to hurt you.
How can you take him back after everything he's done?
How can you say that? Todd is my son, and nothing changes that. He's home.
Who could that be? Hello? Oh, may I help you, officer?
Excuse me, ma'am. I asked if there was what's main office. Is this the cabin where the Barlow family is staying?
Yes, it is. Come in, officer.
May I ask who you are?
Oh, I'm Miriam Turner Barlow. This is my sister, Tony Stokes, and brother Kevin Barlow, and father Tim Barlow.
I'm afraid I have some serious news.
What's wrong?
Do you have a person in your name, Todd Barlow?
Yes, he's my
An address?
yes, he's my son.
A car slid on the ice on the road, about half a mile away from here. It went off the cliff. The driver was Todd Barlow.
Todd is dead? What are you saying? When did this happen?
About 2 hours ago.
Can't you see I'm busy?
Doing what?
What does it look like?
Staring out of a window.
I'm thinking.
I'm sorry, my lord, but this can't wait.
What, Gabriel? What cannot wait?
It's your children. What about them? They're destroying everything.
Everything?
Everything.
You were supposed to be keeping an eye on them while I did my thinking and staring out the window.
It seems that they have a very strong will of their own, my lord.
How did that happen?
You gave them brains and the keys to the car.
In retrospect, that probably wasn't the best decision. How long has this been going on?
10,000 years.
That's a long time, Gabriel.
We let the dinosaurs down there for millions of years and everything was fine.
Don't you dare bring up my beloved dinosaurs!
I don't know why you're still carrying that around.
I should have protected them!
That thing came out of nowhere.
Don't you understand? I was supposed to be minding the shop. I could have stopped it.
But you can stop this.
What exactly are we talking about?
Unimaginable death, destruction. He's unleashed his horde.
He?
The prodigal.
Crap! What do the hordes want?
Well, they've started living among them, among the children as if they are one of their own. They've become leaders within their own societies, teachers, priests, entertainers, politicians, especially the politicians.
A few thousand years?
2,118 to be exact.
But that's been all...
I know. It all seems to have been for nothing.
Don't say that.
What good did he, you do?
We made a difference. I've seen it.
You watched for what, 500 years? Things have changed since then. They follow anything. Your children, they follow anything that offers them respite from their lives.
Has life become so awful?
It's worse than awful, my lord. The ground it's soured. They care nothing for you or your creation.
He must have done something to make them forget themselves.
He didn't do anything but make them empty promises. No tricks, just words. These children, they're violent. They've started multiple world wars.
What are those?
Exactly as it sounds. The whole world at war with itself.
The whole world? My world?
Yes.
Are these wars still going on?
No, but the fighting continues. There aren't any definitive lines anymore. Everyone just kills and fights and they care nothing for each other.
Are there any innocents left?
Yes, but these children, the prodigal has given them the mind to make unimaginable technology. This technology, it can destroy themselves and every creature on Earth 100 times over. I ask your permission to take this technology and put it somewhere safe.
No!
But why?
I gave them free will for a reason. We must let them decide their own fate.
But you can't just let them suffer.
I will not.
But why?
If I do, it means I failed, and I cannot fail. Again.
This is not your fault.
I am responsible. I have not spent an infinite amount of time to have my choices questioned by the likes of you.
I'm sorry.
What do you even care what happens to them?
I've grown attached.
Like you would a pet.
Sort of.
Sometimes you must put a pet down, Gabriel.
But they're not ready.
I don't care if they're ready. I'm ready to start over.
Please. All I ask is that you go and be with them, like before. There are aspects of these children that are truly worth saving.
I'll watch from here.
No. You have to go and be with them. It's not the same.
Why can I not watch from here?
Because they need you down there with them.
Fine. I'll go, but only for a short amount of time.
Thank you. I'll take what
Stop
I can get.
badgering me, I said I'll go. While I'm gone, you should look out the window. You might find it relaxing.
Okay.
You're not looking out the window, Gabriel.
I will as soon as you leave.
I did. I'm back.
That was fast. What happened?
It was horrible. You were right. I tried to reason with them and help them see the destructive path they were on.
Why would you do that? I thought we wouldn't intervene.
I felt remorse for abandoning them. I wanted to help.
But we agreed. No intervention.
I just asked some questions and tried to reason with them, that's all.
What did you see? What happened?
They tried to crucify me for the second time.
Surely you don't mean they actually
Tried to crucify me, yes! That's literally what I mean, Gabriel.
The children have been crucified in almost 2,000 years.
Well, they brought it back just for me. I didn't go down so easy this time.
What did you do?
Let's just say I smoked them.
All of them?
Yes.
Why?
Perhaps you missed the part where they tried to crucify me again.
Where are they now?
Roasting in the lake of fire.
All of them?
Yes.
But what about the prodigals?
Oh, I built a second underworld just for them. They'll have to climb for 10,000 years just to reach hell.
But my lord, your children, surely you must have seen something down there. They're still good.
I couldn't see any of the good because it was buried beneath all of the bad.
Surely. But what about Adam and Eve?
I tried to see what had become of them and what had caused them to do such violent things and to kill each other, but I couldn't see anything in all of their history but death and destruction since the day I kicked them out of the garden.
I will never understand why you did that.
Do I have to explain this to you again?
It was just an apple.
It was not just an apple. It was about a great deal more than just an apple. I gave them one instruction: stay away from the tree.
He convinced her to do it.
She was weak. She was sent there to protect Adam, and not only did she fail, but she took him down with her. Adam was just the prototype, and Eve was the finished product. Eve was my crowning achievement, Gabriel.
She was also human, and you made humans fallible.
Not her. I made her in my image. Perfect. Don't you understand? If she wasn't perfect, then neither am I.
But you are, my lord.
What hurt me the most was the fact that she was unrepentant, and she questioned me. So I threw them both out.
Surely, you must have seen something.
I didn't see anything worthwhile to leave them there.
Well, what's left of their world? Are they all just in a lake of fire?
Yes.
For eternity?
Yes. Don't look at me like that. I'm going to eventually let them out. I'm just giving them a few thousand years to think about their actions.
What's left?
Not much left. But I'm thinking of starting over and putting something that's actually worthy of being there. I like dogs. What do you think about dogs, Gabriel?
I like cats.
Dogs it is then.